Welcome to episode 5 of Going Out on a Limb. We've got a pretty busy week lined up as per usual, but we are back up to a full team with everyone back from their holidays and recovered from some back problems. So what have we got in store this week? We've got 2 big Lombardy poplars to pollard at 5 metres, and then we head over to Canary Wharf to start a new package of work over there. We're excited, we're well rested from the weekend, and we can't wait to take you along and show you what we get up to. It is Monday morning. We are here on site in Kensington and we have one big Lombardy poplar to pollard at 5 metres today. It's being done for health and safety reasons. It sounds drastic and it is quite drastic work, but they've got a lot of poplars on site that are all presenting the same problem. They're coming to the end of their lifespan and they've all got large cavities and decay at the base. So instead of having to go fell them all and then grind the stumps and replant for planning stipulation, we're going through, we're pollarding them all at 5 metres, letting them bush back up again, and then we can go through slowly and fell them, grind the stumps and replant as the client's budget allows. So we mitigate the risk. Yes, they don't look too great when we pollard them, but we mitigate the risk that they pose, and then the client can go through and deal with them as they have the budget to do so. That was recommended by our consultant. A good consultant will always try to save the client money, but also deal with the risks that are posed by the trees on site. So it's a fine balance that they have to find, but a good consultant like the one we've got here is able to do that and to do it well. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. I'm here on site first, just waiting for the rest of the guys to turn up, and we have Arbortec in with us today. They've got a team out to take some pictures and video, so we look forward to working along with them on this one, and hopefully you'll be able to see the results of it very soon. It is Tuesday morning and we're on the road heading up to Canary Wharf. Not quite sure what we're doing up there yet. I'm going to check the schedule and see. Had a little look over it last night but didn't get to see much, so we'll check the schedule, check the maps, and no doubt it'll be some repollards or reductions. So yeah, we're about 15 minutes away from site, so we'll head up there and we'll get started. So that's me and John heading up to Canary Wharf, and
Lovely day.
Yeah, beautiful sunny day. And then Reese and Kieran are back in Kensington just to finish up from the poplar that we did yesterday. We had a puncture on the Sherpa, so that meant we couldn't get all of the bigger timber out, so they're going to go back up. We've sorted that last night. They're going to go back up and get all of that sorted. I didn't get too much footage yesterday because we had Arbortec out filming, so we kind of just let them handle all of the footage. So yeah, Monday there might not be too much from yesterday, but we'll probably do a standalone video from the stuff that they're going to provide us with anyway, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're going to have a good day and hope you enjoy. So we have just got to site. We've had a look at the schedule and we've got these 2 sycamores to pollard. That one's being pollarded at 7 metres, that one's being pollarded at 5 metres. Flip you around. So yeah, this one's got big cavity here, and then mammal hole up there, cavity on that one as well. So yeah, that's been pollarded at 7 metres. So it's going to look pretty brutal, but considering it's got garden that side for the flats, garage is this side, and then same again on this one. This is being pollarded a bit harder actually at 5 metres, so we're going to go to that break. Asbestos roofs, obviously, to be careful of on this. So I think what we're actually going to do on this one is try and speed line as much of it as we can, get a nice high point and speed line out down here to the chipper. So yeah, should be good. We'll ladder into these instead of trying to throw line into them, which will just be a bit easier. So yeah, that's where we're at. We'll get set up and get going. A choice of 2 saws. We've got the Husky or a 201 with a 14-inch Pico bar on. John, which one are you taking today? You're doing the first tree.
Well, we had a big day yesterday and I just feel like a quiet saw, so I'm going to take the electric.
There we go. So it's nice. It is actually really quiet here. So yeah, a lot of people knock the battery saws, especially Husky battery saws, but yeah, I personally think these are the best battery saws on the market. We've used most of them now, and that's, yeah, by far my favourite battery saws. And for this, it's absolutely perfect. Like, you don't need, in a little quiet estate, you don't need a ported 201 with a straight through pipe on it and big dogs to pollard this. Sometimes, yeah, we're not in the back of Texas. Sometimes just having a nice little quiet civilized saw that still absolutely rips, and you don't have to start it and turn it off and, you know, wake everyone up within the next 100 miles of where you're working, is something quite nice. These big ported saws obviously have their place for big work, but
we've used a lot of these electric saws now.
Yeah,
we've had the MEWP. I've used Still 161s for years. I do rate them.
Yep.
They are good, but these ones, they balance like a petrol saw.
Yeah, they feel like a petrol saw,
Yeah,
which is a really weird thing to
balances.
say, but
Yeah.
they feel most like using a saw.
The
Don't
ergonomics of it, it's like when you're flipping it round, when you're, what were we saying the other day? It's literally like, it balances like it's got fuel in the right, it's like the fuel's in the right place. You can flip it round, it feels like what we're used to with all the petrol saws. So yeah, we do rate these. Very nice.
And the cool thing of this is you've got it in full power mode, and you've also got eco mode, which for reductions, for pruning and pollarding, eco mode is absolutely more than enough, and the batteries last for ages as well in eco mode.
Maybe with some of the logs we might take it off it,
yeah, and go full power. But yeah, just let it keep them sharp, let the saw like do the work, and they're absolutely fine. Like, yeah, great for this sort of stuff. And another thing as well that I think a lot of people overlook is when you employ staff, you have to have HAVS monitoring, which is the hand-arm vibration syndrome. And one of the key ways you can minimise exposure to both noise and vibration is by using battery equipment. So wherever we can, we're pushing using that, just because it extends your work time and your exposure time on the tools. So yeah, that's another factor that makes the battery stuff quite important moving forward. And when you're looking at the sort of health and longevity of your staff, it's just another key way that we could all improve on. So it is Wednesday afternoon. Had a pretty busy morning this morning. Had to drop one of our Toyota pickups off back to Toyota for another repair, and then when we get that one back we can send the other Toyota in for repair. So we're not having much luck with our pickups currently. So we're getting those sorted, and then the guys have been up in Canary Wharf. They've been doing some works up there, and now we are back to tackle this beech tree with a MEWP this afternoon. So yeah, it's 2:30, so we're hoping lads should be here within the next sort of 20 minutes, and then we can get cracking on that and should have that done in a couple of hours. So yeah, hope you enjoy. So it is Thursday morning. We're back on site. We've got a 4 or 5 metre reduction on an ash tree to do, which we're going to use the MEWP for because it goes over the boundary wall on the site, over the canal, and there's a canal boat directly underneath it. So we're going to get the MEWP in and piece it down nice and small so that we don't cause any damage. So yeah, we're going to crack on with that, hopefully try and do a time lapse for that, so we'll see how that one turns out, and then crack on and try and get a few more bits done. Nathan's out there, full extension on the MEWP, full reach over the wall. There is a canal on the other side, and yeah, he's using the MEWP to his advantage, cutting and holding big pieces and bringing them back over to safely drop them over this side of the wall.
Sharp today. By hand.
Joys of being a truck down, couldn't bring the Sherpa. So we did the ash reduction this morning, then we did a reduction on a north branch of another tree, and then we came here to fell this. So all done and chipped up, just to load the logs up now. Yeah, pretty crispy. It is Friday already. This week has absolutely flown by, and we've got a pretty relaxed Friday today for a change. We had a little bit of time at the yard this morning, just having a tidy up. We've got some rubbish that we're going to take to the tip, so we're just getting the waste transfer notice printed in the office so we can do that, and then after that the guys will be heading into the office to do some training. As part of the staff development and for our ISO accreditations, we try and put the staff through a lot of regular training, and today's perfect opportunity to do that. We've had quite a few late finishes as well this week, so I think we'll try and wrap up a little bit earlier today, and I think the lads are going to try and get a bit of golf in as well, which will be nice for them. For me, I will be in the office as well. I will do a little bit of the training and then need to carry on revising for my 7.5 ton license. I've got the theory test booked for that in a couple of weeks, so I need to start revising basically. Oh, excuse me, the yawns have started already. 8 o'clock, first one. So yeah, I'll go and get that done, and then I've got a couple of site meetings for another big project that we're starting, just to liaise logistics with them, because they neighbour onto a golf course. So it will be between myself, our client and the golf course, just to make sure that we can do it, all of the work seamlessly and without causing any disruption to the golf course. So that's the plan for today. Nice and relaxed. It's been a pretty busy week. We've got a lot done. We've had the MEWP for a couple of days this week as well, which has really helped. That went back yesterday. So yeah, a nice relaxed Friday, which will be good. I finally got my pickup back from Toyota. They've done the same thing they did last time, which was just clear the DPF. I don't think it's fixed the issue, but we shall see. They gave me all of these weird instructions on how to keep the DPF clear. We'll see if any of that works. If not, it will be going back in again. And our second Hilux also has DPF issues. So now that I've got this one back, I can look at getting the other one booked in. So yeah, we've used it again. We pay all this money to have newer vehicles, and you still get plagued with problems with them. So yeah, not been too impressed with the DPF issues on the Toyotas, and also can't say I've been overly impressed with the service from Toyota, unfortunately. They've been really slow at communicating. It takes them weeks, if not months, to get a truck booked in to be looked at, and then they keep coming back and just trying to blame driving style for the DPF issues. And they said that I need to run the truck with my foot on the accelerator on the motorway for 15 minutes minimum at 3,000 RPM to clear the DPF. So yeah, name when you can sit for 15 minutes without taking your foot off the accelerator at 3,000 RPM. So it looks like they're saying basically if I want to keep my DPF on the truck clear, I need to take it out sort of out of hours when the road's empty, and I need to sit in third or fourth gear revving the life off of it for 15 minutes. That doesn't sound ideal. So yeah, we'll be taking that back up with Toyota. But anyway, we'll see if it's fixed this time. I'm not holding out much hope, but what can we do? Okay, so it is Friday afternoon. It's just gone 3 o'clock, and I've just finished up on the final site meeting for today. Local to me as well, which is nice. We've got a large package of work starting that will be hopefully starting in the next couple of weeks. So it was just a meeting just to go over some of the logistics. We're bordering a golf course as well, so just an introduction to the golf course and trying to work things around them so we cause as minimal disruption to them as physically possible. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. We've also just had to price up another project here for them to reinstate a water main. So that will include a little bit of forestry work and a bit of clearance work. So we look forward to getting a cost in for that for them to go ahead with, hopefully in the next couple of months. So yeah, we hope you've enjoyed watching this week. It's been pretty varied, but not much footage obviously from today because it's been a pretty chilled paperwork admin kind of day. The guys had a good run in the office on their training. They managed to get a fair bit done. So yeah, props to them, and hopefully they enjoyed a good round of golf afterwards as well. So yeah, a nice easy week this week, still productive, but ready to hit the ground running next week. So we hope you've all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.